There is another area where Dad messed up, and we're going to go check it out.
And it never stopped. It dug in, and the tractor got light, and it reared up. So I went ploughing.
Good morning, everyone. If you have not already, don't forget to stall the Kawasaki. Hit the subscribe button, ring a little bell. You get videos every Tuesday, Friday, and sometimes, which I'm picking up at the moment, we get the Sunday videos, so I'm going to give myself a pat on the back. Thank you. I expect all how many people to follow this give us a pat on the back as well. Just waiting for the ginge. He's on the phone.
Go on then.
Who's driving?
You can drive. This manhole was full of water yesterday.
Clear?
That was full up to there yesterday.
So it just shows, this is just, we're starting the video off here. So this video, me and Dad are just going to have water around the fields, see how we're getting on and see how the farm's getting on. Dad made a mistake and you'll see that at the end of the video.
I didn't make a mistake, I made a statement. Of the statement of how wet the land is.
You'll see that. That was what, 3 weeks ago now?
Yeah, 3 weeks ago. When we first had
some smoke. But so Dad was saying that this was pretty much half full, would you say?
It was full up today, yesterday.
Third full.
Yeah.
We've not had rain for about 3 days. When our dike is down, the water of our fields drops. We don't hold water, it drains really, really well. Someone who, when we did the Highland and Goat video, he said, have you ever thought about putting land drains in? I don't know if I've mentioned it enough, but we have got land drains
everywhere. If you look at that water, you can just see it's pulling across. Let me just stir a bit of water up again.
Yeah, it's going that way. Yeah.
It's going that way. It's making water from that 4-inch there to that one. That's the 4-inch drain that goes up into that part of the field. And it's drawing the water.
Good start to the day, isn't it, Dad?
Great start.
This feels been quite wet for the past 2 weeks. We have loads and loads of rain. We've got a dry week this week, and the fields are drying, which is good, isn't it, Dad?
The stock have only just come off here. When did it come off? Monday?
Monday, yeah, big move on Monday.
This field, in all fairness, wasn't fit for anything on Monday.
No. Oh, that's not good.
No, it's alright.
Why?
Why? This is a bit of an oddity, this one. 4-inch that's connected to that.
Yeah.
It is lower. Let me just see if it's...
Oh, so it's a lower drain to start with.
Lower drain there.
But it's got to be going, because that would be full if this wasn't going. Look at that.
It's going like mad.
So we're looking at it going down this route, and we can see there, please, Mike, don't fall in. Second manhole, not full, draining water. Happy ginge, happy ginge.
Happy ginge. This was really full. It's going like mad.
That's going, that.
You see all the water that's coming out.
Did you dig that end out?
I dug the end out on Monday. That is connected to all sorts of areas in this field, but if that outlet is blocked, there's just no chance of this field draining.
Well, and if the ditch is high.
And the ditch is high.
Hey, we're doing well. First two things. Like I said, I'm trying to drone, but it's not going to plan.
Right, we'll see how wet the field is now. Restock the wood with new trees. What happens is when the drains go through woods with trees, the roots go into the drains when they had that drought in 2000.
Water.
So looking for water, so the drains are full of water.
Wet?
A bit of a damp spot. They're full of roots, which slows the water down and everything. Doesn't put drains through woods. There should be open ditches that you can clean and clear. Or if you do put a drain through a wood, they want to be a solid pipe so the roots can't get into the drains. But they've filled that wood, they've restocked it with trees, and all the trees have looked to draw the roots, have gone into the drain pipe and slowed it down. In fact, this field could be the wettest field on the farm when it's in the middle of winter. And so just at the moment we're travelling quite nicely. No, this well down.
Well down.
Well down. This is draining again. That's a little... This drains to the Liggard well down. And it has been high. You can see where water's run down the manhole. But this is, the water table's going well down.
First field, happy.
It's working, it's draining. I mean, I think come tomorrow, you've got your tanker and you work for that side.
You just keep going until you get a bit of a wet spot.
You get a wet spot,
you won't get on today, would you?
No. It's wet there.
It's wet there. Dad just wants to see the far field without having to drive into it.
going through, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely, it's not staying. Look, you can see it's dropped. So what Dad's looking at now is there's a puddle in that field that is always there.
Yeah, but there's a drain that comes in at this side that we need to find. We'll find it. It's on my drainage schedule. We're going in the far corner of the field where it flooded last year. That is where the NHS was done, if you remember.
Yeah, yeah, it's not flooded there though, is it?
Not flooded, but it's John Kirkison's, isn't it, the other side?
But doesn't John Kirkin go through ours?
No, the drains run through ours, yeah. That sward lifting's done a wonderful job there, and go across the field towards Ballam Road.
Right.
Look at that. You see, there's no flooding there either.
No, there's normally a bit of flooding on there.
There's only flooding there, that's all gone. You know what I mean? There's a puddle there and round by the corner. It's okay, it's good. We'll feed these a lick of stock, they're balling.
That was interesting, your dad can look at the field without having to go in the field. Sorry, I've got muck on his handbrake. And we can see how we're getting on. Where we're going to go now is the field that we made a bit of a mess in the bottom end of that big field where the tyre wasn't even rolling. We've got some beef stock in there at the moment, which are here, and we're going to go feed them, and they'll probably follow us, I think. So since we've actually siloed, spread as much slurry as we could, you'll see that we were just above the bottom ring. My job is to get that below the bottom ring with a new case. We've spread all our box muck. We don't have any box muck left, do we? And the allotment's rung me after some, so I need to text them saying I don't have any. We sward lifted, and now we've just left it. We've brought a few more stock in, not loads. We're just looking at the land, seeing how we're getting on. The minute that we're ready, we're going to be bringing stock in, definitely, I think, aren't we, Dad? And let's have a look what's left of the mess that we made during silo. So we've moved the feed trailer to here. Made a little bit of a mess of this bit, but it's only a corner. So what we'll do, we'll pull that out tomorrow or later on today after it's been eaten, fill it up and then put it next to it so they don't absolutely destroy it.
Oh, push it further back.
Oh, that drain's running now. Oh, something's running. Not heavy. That's horrible. That was. So this is where we siloed, didn't we? And you can kind of see the scars.
Too much water on this land for my liking. It's not getting away.
They're not as bad as they were on the silaging video, but the problem is they do hold water when you get a scar like that. When it rains, it all bumples up into one area and it's slower to get rid of, isn't it, Dad?
Yeah. Put 1 4-inch between us and where the golfers are now, so you catch everything. Then anything off here, because again from here to the road it's running uphill, and just run some 3 inches here to the road across this.
When we were driving on it with, if we were slurring on the tanker or the muck spreader, we were always trying to drive over it to flatten it off and try and sort obviously the ridges out. I think we've done an alright job.
Yeah,
Sheep will do a good job.
This will hammer in. This water's wrong. Well, find the spot, dig a one through, and then put some laterals off that, and this will totally transform this area.
We'll try and do a draining video. This year or next year?
This will be this year.
This year?
Well, between now and next spring.
That's what I mean. Right, let's go see where you made a mess. I've left him gold ball hunting. Ooh. How many gold balls did you find?
Just 2. That was flooded when we went through with the sward lifter. It's dry after all this rain we've had. It's dry, no water.
This is it, isn't it?
So this is where the wettest part, this side of the farm, under this wood side here, under here, and you can see where I went through with that spreader and the hurleyman, and it never stopped. It dug in, it never stopped. But this is the line where we can't.
I'm surprised you went this high.
Well, yeah, it was dry up to there. It's just here. Now, it's another routine job because there's a drain under there. I don't know where it goes or whether. I think it could drain back into the wood at this end. I've no idea. But I'll dig it up one day. I'll come up here and have a dig up and find out, get an idea where it's running.
And our muck keep, we're pretty much empty. We're loading up a little bit, obviously. We're now a little bit, so we get just daily. That's the first time we've emptied it for 2 years, that muck keep. Our slurry system's down, which is really good. Dad, when he was muck spreading, he was like, it got a bit ropey up there. And this is what happened. This is the mistake that happened, but I'm impressed you went this high. We always know near the wood, do not go near the wood because it is so wet.
I did it for two reasons. A, to basically see how far it was, see how wet it was, see how the tyres performed on the tractor and whether it could go. And at the end of the day, it's just a scar mark, which I reckon is nearly 4 metres, which we now, when we have a mid-tier stewardship scheme
Next year
we're leaving that 4 metres unfarmed, unmucked spread or anything. So it's had its last chance. But
and you really went for it, didn't you?
Really went for it. But the next line was here. We travelled perfectly all right next line, no problem at all.
Not a lot in it. And you can tell, which I'll show you in the drone, which Dad was saying on the way up, where you put the muck up here, the colour of the grass, it's a darker green. That darker green is completely different. It's feeding the grass. That's the goodness that muck does to grassland, to crops, to anything. Muck is so good, and that's why we like it. That's why we like to spread it on our own land.
This grass isn't wasted because we know it's wet up here. The cows aren't coming up here paddling up because they know the grass they don't want to eat because of the amount of muck on it, but the sheep will eat up here.
Yeah.
The sheep will get a good grazing up here, and you literally can see it because it's just an area of land we don't get a chance to get on a lot. And so I thought, well, I'll give it a good doing with that big spreader. And yeah, I'm pleased with what's happened.
There is another area where Dad messed up, and we're gonna go check it out. Yeah,
we'll check it out.
We'll explain that one as well. We love it when someone else makes mistakes.
Absolutely.
That isn't Tom.
But my issue's now got to balance the fact that this whole area from that track to the wood up to there is growing that much more grass against those little scars I've made. So we're getting more grass or not. We'll possibly level up a bit.
So.
We had to put it on one time. It's the first time we've ever been up here with the muck spreader. And it's about 5 or 6 ton in when we're here. But there, the low spot, could be something in the wood, it could drain that way. I need to have a dig and a root and find a drain. I will do one day.
I wish we got it on video, but unfortunately we didn't.
But once we've gone through there,
it went dry. You got on top.
Well, it's actually showing you in winter where not to go.
Thanks for that. Cheers.
First load, I didn't go down the wood side. I started here, right?
Yeah.
The second one, it's hard dry than I think, so I came up there, started spreading.
Yeah, let's have a look. So this is the second area you got stuck. Again, I wish you were filming it. It's literally the first, what, 2 runs? First run you got stuck up there.
No, first run I went that way.
Yeah, but you got stuck on the wood.
Stuck up there. Second run I thought, oh, it's drier than I thought. It's good enough. I'll start from the back end of the field, which you can look at it. So I went back to there and started. I got here and all of a sudden the spreader stopped. I thought, it's just as though someone had put the brakes on. I thought, what's happened here? I thought, what's fallen off the back? And the tractor got light and it reared up. He just stopped on me. I thought I'll give it a bit of a go, put diff lock on and everything. Tractor dug in, so that had gone down. It might have lifted this slightly. The back end of the beaters, where it overhangs the back wheels, would take the top of this off. So I went ploughing. So I dragged the top of the back to the hollow.
You'd have never thought it, would you?
No. And that's where it was. It's just the back end of the beaters, because once the back wheels were down here, that was higher. It just sat in and boom. And look, it just stopped the tractor dead. Stopped the tractor dead. I just however,
go on, hit me.
However, I stopped beating this and the other, had a look, could see it was sat on its arse. I thought, well, how am I going to get out? Wouldn't go backwards because you would plough 4-wheel drive, diff lock on. It dug a bit of a hole, pulled out on top. Good job.
There we go. So on that note, we're going to end the video. This was just a check of how we're getting on. Our slurry is down. I'm going to try and cart tomorrow. Fingers crossed if everything works well, touch wood. Our muck is down, which is great. Our box muck. The field over there is wet, but those scars are repairing. Dad made a couple of messes, but it's nice to see. And you'll see how green this area is, and you'll see the difference between where the muck was spread and where it's not. Yes, because cows would eat less of it because there's muck on there, but if the cows are getting fed really, really well inside. We still have our cows out at the moment. It is the 14th of October, which is great, really, really good, but we are like, every day is a blessing. We're gonna be bringing them in soon. I'll be letting you know when we do bring them in. We're really happy with the way things are going. The cows are milking well, they're getting calf well. I want to chat about that as well. It's another video. But yeah, we've had a nice back end. again, a couple of we've had like a wet week where you think, right, we'll bring them in, and then we've had like 2 weeks of just like, oh, we're getting on. So we're doing all right. Every day they're not inside is a blessing to us, because our sheds aren't the newest, but again, that is another story as well. Please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, get your TP merch whenever it is live to you at pembertonsfarmshop.co.uk/TP merch. We might have done the first launch, second launch, no idea yet. But cheers for Ginge for being involved. We will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.